Smile. It's nice. This is fun. We're cooking. I'm back in the delicious test kitchen for another episode of Pimp My. Remembering there are 2 rules in Pimp My. Number 1, I get given a convenience food product. And number 2, I need to make it much, much better. So I have been given the store-bought Pavlova. There's nothing wrong with them. They're a great cheap ingredient to kind of pimp up. So what I'm going to do is merge this with a tiramisu to create a pavmisu or a Pavlova misu or a tiramislova, whichever way you want to say it. It's going to taste delicious. So let's make it. So first thing we're going to do, we're taking the flavors of a tiramisu, so we want those flavors of coffee, masala. Instead of masala, you could use frangelico, and we want to make a nice syrup that's going to go all over this pav to be a final crown to it. So for the syrup, we're going to go in with some masala, some espresso coffee, and caster sugar. Just give that a stir and then bring it to a simmer, and I want to reduce it for about 10 minutes until it's nice and thick. We're just going to go in with some mascarpone. Going to go in, and some icing sugar. I like to blitz this up first and loosen it up before we add the cream, otherwise you could get little grainy bits inside. And then with the cream, just add a little bit of it now, just to loosen up the mixture. And then just that remaining cream. And now just whip that up until it's nice and thickened. Be careful not to over whip it, but you can see here we're at a really good consistency. It's thick enough that it can hold up, but not so thick that we've split the cream. So before we can start assembling the Pavlova misus, the tiramislovas, we're gonna make the soaking liquid for the Savoiardi biscuits. So all we're gonna go in simply is some masala, espresso, and some cocoa. Just stir that until all those lumps have dissolved. So with the store-bought Pavlovas, you can either use the board that you get given with the Pavlova as the base, but it's actually easy, I think, to start with one from scratch, and it's a bit neater. To secure it to the board, just grab a bit of that mascarpone mixture and spread it down. And all we're gonna do is invert this board onto the Pav as center-ish as you can get it, and then peel this lid back, try not to break up the pav too much. And what we're going to do now is, if that's our first layer, take a bit of that mascarpone mixture and create a bit of a foundation for the biscuits to go on top. So with the biscuits, we're going to work quite quickly, and you just kind of kiss them with the liquid. So biscuit in, quick dip, shake off, and then like Tetris, we're just going to stud them all around the base. Carry on going? Okay, I was just having a snack. And then on top of that, with a little more of the mascarpone mixture. This is where it starts to get tricky. We're gonna invert this pav onto this other iced pav. But the good thing is it's usually quite sticky, so have a little bit of courage. We twist. Now I'm nervous. I did this at home and it was fine. Just in case, as like an airbag. See, it's so sticky, it would have been fine. I should have just gone with it. And now use the rest of this mascarpone mixture to ice completely around and on the top. Let's begin. Lucy, do you want to help me, please? Kiss it with the liquid and quickly then attach it. And you'll see, because we've got this soft icing.
Shall I start this side?
Yeah, you start that side also, and we'll meet. Oh, but then what if we meet at the wrong stage with biscuits? And you've got like half a gap and I've got a big gap.
No. You start here. And I'll go this way and then you'll go that way.
Choose the brains.
So how did you come up with this idea?
Well, I was figuring out a way how to make some majestic pav, but then I had a packet of these Savoiardi biscuits at home, and I literally ran up and measured and saw that 2 pavs are exactly the same height as the length of one biscuit.
Amazing.
Yeah. I'm amazing? Or?
The dessert.
Oh, thanks. So, quick dunk and then in before it gets soft. And then as high as the cake is, push it against, and that way it'll soak in to the mascarpone and it'll stick. Well, you're quicker than me.
Of course.
Yeah, no surprise there.
How many people do you think this will serve?
Gosh, I reckon 20.
100?
I know, it's like, depends on how piggish you are. I reckon if we squeeze, we can fit another one. Now, best to chill this in the fridge for about half an hour, or at this stage, you could leave it in the fridge and do it the next day. But by chilling it now, we're just gonna make sure that everything solidifies a bit, and then we can finish off the rest of the icing and dusting. And then you can take it off the ledge.
Do you want to put it on there?
Made a mess. I'll just go in the fridge like that. That was on your side, it wasn't glued properly.
That was the, yeah. Okay. You're right, it was mine.
Take two. So I've made another mixture of that mascarpone cream and icing sugar, and this is gonna be for our top decoration of the Pavlova miso. But we're gonna take half of that mixture and put it in a bowl, and then we're gonna ripple some coffee through it. Then when you're happy with the color, we'll just put the rest of it in, and we're just gonna fold it through a couple of times so we get a bit of a ripple effect of the coffee and the plain mascarpone. Okay, so tiramisu out of the fridge. So it's set a bit and nice and solid. And what we're gonna do is we wanna try and coat all of these biscuits in some cocoa. So what we'll do is just grab a cloth and we're gonna create a bit of an angle. So just use a small sieve or even like a tea strainer, and as directly over each biscuit as you can, just gently coat it with some cocoa. And a final dusting on top. Now straight onto your cake stand or board, and then you can clean up the mess. Okay, so we've got that rippled mascarpone mixture, and just dollop it all over. And just use the back of a spoon to create some indentations, because we're gonna have that syrup and chocolate all over it, so it gives it somewhere to sit. To make some curls, you can very carefully use a mandolin, and use a guard if you must, but I'm not gonna use the guard. And just very gently, just look how boring that is. Boring.
Oh, so mean there's curls.
I prefer the mandolin, but they're short, stubby curls.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's what's easier for the home cook.
They're short and stubby.
Like you
Yeah, done, yeah. I gave you two openings there to say that. Okay, you can use either a vegetable peeler, like I'm doing now, or you can use a mandolin with a guard and create some curls. But to be honest, just use the vegetable peeler. It's much easier and safer. I like living on the edge. And now, delicate fingers, sprinkle on top. And that masala syrup that we made earlier, so we can drizzle that all over. And then you can also serve it with some of this so every slice can get a bit more. So the true test is to slice into it. Lucy is going to be honest and have a taster.
I'm excited about this.
I should let you go first. I always just start digging in.
Man, no etiquette.
No.
Really, really yummy.
Pavlova, tiramisu.
It's a winner.
So we've taken a store-bought Pavlova, really pimped it up and created the Pavlova miso or the tiramislova, whatever you want to call it. It's epic and it's delicious and you should try it. So for the recipe and more, head to delicious.com.au, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.